Hello.
Tomorrow we're going to learn at 8 in the morning.
Tomorrow? Okay.
Because when we do in the afternoon, we've been missing too many
But
times.
Ernie, you'll have to record it. I have to be far away at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Alange.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening.
How are you?
Baruch Hashem. Yeah.
Oh, you shaved, Alan.
I'm glad you noticed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll depend upon you. I won't have to look in the mirror. I have to depend upon you to tell me it's time to shave.
Well, you look younger.
Oh, okay. Maybe if I don't shave, I'll get more respect. People, I look the older person.
Oh, you're on AK.
Yeah, I'm an AK. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, we're on Hey Amid Aleph. Rosh Hashanah, Hey Amid Aleph. Ma'achag hamatzah is taught lina. There is a din that you have to stay in Yerushalayim after the Yontif and only go home the following day. Av Chag HaSukkos taught lina. Same thing by Chag HaSukkos. Hasamina, what do you know by Pesach? T'chsiv, ufanisa baboyker v'alachta lo yalach. You have to wait till the morning before you go home. Tanakam of Rab Shimon ben Elazar Tashlumin Latzeres Menalahu. Tanakam and Rab Shimon that they use the same pasuk to teach me Balta Acher. How do they know the din of Tashlumin? That you have 7 days after Shavuos to bring the Korban Chagiga. Nafkelahu midetani Rabbi Bar Shmuel. They learn it from where Rabbi Bar Shmuel learns it. The Tana Rabbi Bar Shmuel, Amra Torah Menei Yomim V'Kiddush Chodesh. The Torah says count 30 days and then be Makadesh a new month. And then it says Menei Yomim V'Kadesh Atzeres. It says the same thing, count 49 days, then you'll have Shavuos. Ma Chodesh L'Menu Yov. That Rosh Chodesh has a special day, Rosh Chodesh, that you bring korbanos. Afatzeres l'menuyav. So Shavuos has a day also that they have a special day to bring a korban. Ema atzeres chad yoma. Yeah, but who says that you have 7 days tashlumim? Omer Rava, oto atzeres yoimim maninan Shavuos lo maninan. What do we don't count weeks by Shavuos? We count weeks too. Omer Mar mitzvah lemimni yoimim u'mitzvah lemimni Shavui. So the fact that you count weeks gives you an extra week for the korban. V'od chag Shavuos ksiv. In fact, the name of the yontif is Shavuos, which refers to weeks. So the Gemara listed a number of items that you're over bal ta'acher. Afraid the Gemara Pesach bar mikra bergolim. Korban Pesach is offered on Yud Daled Nisan. If you miss Yud Daled Nisan, there's no tashlumim. How could you include Korban Pesach in the list of those things that you're over Bal Ta'ach if you don't bring him on Yontif? Because Pesach Zimna Kviyalei, the Korban Pesach is connected to a date, the 14th day of Nisan. I Akrave Akrave. If you offered it, you offered it. Vilo Akrave Itchile, then you have, that's it. Rav Chizda Pesach Kedei Nazbo. Pesach, Bechor Meiser and Pesach is a phrase. So we included that as well. Bechor Meiser Pesach. But really we're not referring to the Pesach. Rav Sheshes said, my Pesach, Shalmei Pesach, something else. We know that if a person designated an animal to be the Korban Pesach and he lost it, and he found it after Pesach, he can bring it as a Shlomim. My Pesach, Shalmei Pesach. Well, you already listed Shlomim, Yihachi Ainu Shlomim. So Tana Shlomim Aboy Machbas Pesach, Tana Shlomim Aboy Machbas Atzman. The Tana had to list a Shlomim that comes on its own as a Shlomim. And it had to list Shlomim that come because it's a laid over Pesach. Now, why would I need both? Since this Shlomim is coming because it's a Pesach, maybe a Pesach Dama where there's no Baal Ta'acher. Kamash Malon that there's Baal Ta'acher for that kind of Shlomim as well. No, Menon and Mili, how do we know that all those things that were listed, the Bechor, the Meiser, the Pesach, the Meisers, the Korbanos, the Chatas, the Oila, the Shlomim, all the things that we mentioned in the Baraisa yesterday, that there's a din of Baal Ta'acher. So the Tana Rabbanon, Ki Sidor Neder, Ainli Ala Neder. That's a Neder is when you say Hare Alai Shlomim. So you put a personal achrayus. A Nadava is when you point to an animal and you say Hare Zu Shlomim. The difference would be if you lost that animal, there's no achrayus, there's no responsibility that you have to replace it. So Ki Tidor Neder Ainli Ala Neder. That may be personal eschayvus. If you don't bring it, you have to a personal eschayvus to bring it after a certain time. Nadava mean maybe Nadava doesn't have that. So nemer kan neder v'nemer im neder on Nadava. There's a pasuk which connects them. Mala hala Nadava imo. Avkan Nadava imo. Here as well, the din of kisi dor neder al ta'acher. Neder goes along with Nadava. Then says Lashem Elokecha elu hadamim. Ha'erchin v'achrem v'achdeshos refers to money value of erech, cherem, and hekdeshos. That there's a din of Baal Ta'acher. Then it says lo sa'acher l'shalmo. Don't be late. Hu v'lo chilufav. The korban itself, but not something that's going to replace the korban. We don't know what that means. The Gemara will analyze that. Ki darosh didrishenu. Hashem is going to look for these korbanos, elu chatos v'shomas olos u'shlamim, that you should not be delayed in bringing them. Hashem Elokecha, elu tzedakos u'maisros u'bechor. These things, tzedakos, maisros, u'bechor, that go to Hashem. Me'imach, that which belongs to you, but you have to give to aniyim, zeleket shechol peya. V'haya v'chachet, v'lo b'korban chachet. Meaning, when you do Baal Ta'acher, you have a chet, but the korban is not possible. You can still bring the korban. It doesn't treif up the korban. Now, this baraisa the Gemara is going to analyze. Amar Mar. Lo sachel shama, don't be late. Hu v'lo chilufa, the korban, but not its replacement. Now, what's chilufe mai? I chilufe oilo shlamim. Let's say you designated an olo shlamim, and they got lost. And then you brought another one. So what kind of chiddush is that? It's a regular shlamim or an olah, maker of karvi. So that would be like any other korban. And if you're talking about a chatas that you got lost, well, we know that animal is lemisa azla, right? Chatas shekipru ba'aleh with another korban that got lost, you have to put it to death. So there's no Baal Ta'acher with that. Elamai chilufa chilufei toda. You designated to bring a korban shlomim with 40 loaves of bread, which is a korban toda, and you replaced it. The Tani Rabchia, toidish nis arva bitmurasa. You made a tmura of a korban toda, and it got mixed with the original korban. Umeisa achas mem, one of those two animals died. So chaverta ein lo takana. The other animal, we have no takana. You can't be makravit. Because heichili ovid, what are we going to do? Likrav of a likrav lechem ba'ada. Should we offer it with the 40 loaves? Dilma tmurahi. And the tmura of a toda doesn't get loaves. Liquor of below lechem deal b'toidi, and it eats loaves. So therefore, there's no takana. Freit the Gemara v'akeven the lav basar krova yikra lamuti lamali. So why do I need a pasuk to exclude it? Hu v'lo chilufav. It's lav bar hakrova. So Amar Rav Sheshes, we go back on what we said before. You lost an olo shlami, you replaced it. So we asked on the previous blot, what do you mean? Just go ahead and offer it. It's the same like an olo shlami. Two yontifs have passed. The humam, it got a mum. So v'chilul alacher, you redeemed it for money and bought another animal. And this new animal, over alav regel echad. And you didn't offer it before another yontif. Since this animal came from the power of the original korban went through two regalim. And now that it went through a third, maybe it's command over alav shlosh regalim dami. Maybe it'll be as if you went through three and you'll be over. Kamash malon that no, you're not over. Now, Rav Meir, Damar Kivin Shavar Lav Regel Rishon over Bal Ta'acher. Rav Meir already has you violating Bal Ta'acher after one yontif, Michael and Meimar. How will you answer this question? Amar Rav Achmas Kaginon, that you designated an animal, and human betocha regel, it got a mum in the first regel. And therefore, right after yontif chilov over alav regel, you redeemed it and took money and bought a new animal, made a new korban. And now another yontif passed. The new korban came from the first koach. So command over alav kulei regel dami. It's as if it passed one yontif in a corner of Mary, you'd be oiver bal tacher. Kamash malon that you're not. Then the last statement of the Bryce of Ayav Chachet, the Lobe Korban Chachet. You have a sin that you were over Baltacha, but the Korban is not ruined. Freit the Gemara of Hanahacha Nafka. Do we learn it out from this pasuk? Minacherim Nafka. We learn out from another drasha. Detanya Cher Moimi. Yachol Yehi B'chor Sha'aver Shnaso. I might think that if you have a firstborn animal that is now above a year of age, Kipsulei Amugdashim V'Pasel, will be like other korbanos that became pasul a korban, and you would not be able to bring it anymore. Talmud Lomer v'achalta l'fnei Hashem lokecha, masar degoncha tiroshcha v'tzarecha, uv'choyrois bekorcha v'tzoynecha, mekish b'chor l'maiser. Ma maiser and a nifsal mishal l'chaverta. A maiser animal doesn't get nifsal if it's beyond 1 year. You could bring it up to 3 years. Av b'chor, since it's connected in the same pasuk, and a nifsal mishal l'chaverta would not be nifsal beyond a year. And itztrich, and I needed this limud because salka died the chaymi. I might have thought hanamili b'chor. That's a b'chor de lav bar hatzohu. A b'chor is kodesh mirechem. You're not bringing a b'chor because you need ritzui, you need kapara. Aval kochim, but other kochim to bnei artzoninu, where they are brought for a certain reason, l'chaper, maybe emelo lirtzu, maybe in a chanami, they would be puzzled, they wouldn't work to be maratza for the bailing. Kamash malon that they do work. Okay. I'm going to learn tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning because